Trackhouse team owner Justin Marks has given us a little bit more insight into what Shane Van Gisbergen will be doing in 2024. This one is for all the Australian and New Zealand watchers out there. There's a lot of you out there that really want to know what SVG is doing in 2024. So someone yesterday asked me to keep you updated, so I am keeping you updated. But yes, the team owner of Trackhouse, Justin Marks, he was on a radio interview today, and he spoke a little bit about SVG's upcoming plans. Of course, it was made official last night that Shane Van Gisbergen would actually sign with Team Trackhouse through a developmental deal, and that he would run races in the Cup Series, which is the top series, Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series. So he will be in all three National Series races next year, but we just don't know which races. The biggest kind of question with which races is we don't know where the races are yet. We have a good idea on some of them, but the schedule for the 2024 NASCAR season has not been announced for any series yet. So we are not sure where Cup is going to be. I mean, we know a couple dates, like we know the Daytona 500 will start the season in February, and we know that Phoenix will host the championship race in November. Basically, everything in between is TBD. We've seen NASCAR change the playoff dates around a few times. We've seen them add tracks. There's a lot of rumors, reports about tracks being added. There's in Canada, there's the track they run F1 at, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. That is being considered for the Cup Series. The Chicago Street Race is still under consideration. I think it's returning. I think they have a contract there. But there's just a lot of questions to where NASCAR could be going in 2024. So once that gets confirmed, we will have a better idea. But here's what Justin Marks said about maybe where SVG will be racing for the most part next year.
I'm confident in telling you that he's going to be a major presence in the Xfinity Series next year. We're going to put some great Cup races together for him. And then honestly, it's going to be grassroots stuff too. It's going to be, late model racing and some dirt racing and being very, very thoughtful about how we build a program. We just got to wait for a couple of dominoes to fall in place, and we'll be able to sort of tell everybody the schedule and the plan and all that stuff. But we're in a really, really good spot with him right now.
So yeah, as I said, it's really just a matter of getting that schedule, which we don't have yet. But he did say something interesting when he said that SVG is going to be a major presence in the Xfinity Series. The Xfinity Series is like the step below the Cup Series. They're also stock cars, but it is a different car. I don't know all the technical differences. I think there's a horsepower differential. Here's a picture of the Cup Series car right here. Get yourself a good look at it. I tried to get the sponsor similar because I know Kyle Larson runs Hendrick cars in Cup, and then when he's in Xfinity, he runs the same thing. So I tried to keep the sponsor the same to make it look a little bit similar, but here's your Cup car, then here's the Xfinity car, and then here they are kind of, side by side on top of each other. I don't know how I edited this yet. I haven't done that yet, but here's kind of the differential. I think the Xfinity car is longer, if I had to guess. But if you have not watched an Xfinity race, I highly encourage you to. It's probably the best racing series in NASCAR in terms of the actual racing product. Xfinity delivers every week, whether it's a short track, a short oval, whether it's a road course, whether it's an intermediate oval or a super speedway. Xfinity always delivers in terms of their racing. But it sounds like that SVG will be running a lot of Xfinity races, which makes sense. The Xfinity Series is a series where we see a lot of young drivers really getting their first big opportunity. Some guys, they come from the trucks, obviously, but we see a lot of guys get their big opportunity in the Xfinity Series. And that's the series where we see a lot of young guys develop. And while SVG is not really a young guy, he's 34, so, he's young for a human being, but for a racing career, he's not as young as some of these other guys. Some of these guys are in their early 20s, even a couple guys sometimes you see in their late teens, 19, 20 years old. So it's an age difference, but obviously SVG is going to be learning a lot in NASCAR over the next couple of years, really. And so he's going to get a great opportunity to learn in the Xfinity Series whether it's on a short oval, half-mile track like Martinsville, whether it's an intermediate oval like Las Vegas, or whether it's a super speedway like Daytona. It sounds like they're going to try to get him the majority of his experiences in the Xfinity Series because, one, that's a great place to learn. There's a lot of other drivers learning with you. Two, it's the car most similar to Cup. Trucks aren't really similar to Cup. The Xfinity Series cars, they're really not as similar to Cup anymore. I mean, they're still somewhat similar, but ever since NASCAR's gone to the next-gen car, there's just a lot of differences. They got a different size tire now, different sized wheel. The horsepower differential, I think there is one. But so there are a good chunk of differences, but overall, I think it's a great place for SVG to be. Once again, we don't know his schedule yet, but according to Justin Marks, the team owner of Trackhouse, it sounds like that he could be in the Xfinity Series for the most part. If you didn't get my initial reaction to the news yesterday, it's my most recent video. If you didn't get my prediction, my prediction was that, he's going to run the majority of the road courses in Cup, maybe throw him into a super speedway race, or maybe even a short track since, that's heavy braking, kind of like a road course in a sense. But for the most part, I would expect him in Xfinity and trucks so he can learn. I don't know how much of the schedule he's going to run. Xfinity has 33 races in a season. They don't have exhibition races. They don't have an all-star race like the Cup Series. They don't have a preseason race like the Cup Series. It's 33 points races. And sometimes they don't even run at the same track as the Cup Series. Like, for example, this weekend, everyone is at Bristol. The Cup Series, the Truck Series, and the Xfinity Series are all at the same track. I think the Truck Series race is actually going on. But sometimes we see Xfinity go somewhere else. Like Xfinity might go to Portland International Raceway, a road course in Portland, Oregon. But the Cup Series might be in Sonoma, California. So sometimes they do go to different places, but sometimes they're also at the same place. So that could factor into his schedule. Would they want to run him a doubleheader weekend where he's running Xfinity on Saturday, Cup on Sunday? So once again, not 100% sure we'll get that news, but I just thought that was an interesting little soundbite from Justin Marks. It sounds like he's going to be not Justin Marks, that SVG is going to be in the Xfinity Series for a bit or for a good amount of races. So let me know what your thoughts are, and any other updates I will bring to you. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever it may be. I think Colleague Racing has an announcement tomorrow, so we'll do a video on that, I'm sure.